Confession of the Former Gilead, Part 1. As promised, we bring to your attention first-hand information about the Borgia in the Gilead circle. To speed up the process, we decided to interview this former Gilead girl. We asked her questions in writing and received answers in writing. Spelling, punctuation, and the author's style are left unchanged. Hello, thank you for agreeing to chat. This information is very important for those who are looking for answers. Good afternoon. Have you watched the latest program, Sex and the Spiritual Path? What do you think about it? How accurate is the information there? Yes, I did. My friend sent me a link to the program on the very day of its release. An unexpected turn, of course. Although, I can understand Mikhailovich and those close to him. The information about the sex group has already become so open and is being circulated and passed on. The only solution is to tell everything yourself, present it in a light favorable to yourself, thereby protecting yourself. Regarding the accuracy, yes, it is true. The first-level Gilead are exclusively women. They have sex with each other. However, they left out many important details in the program. Like, for example, the fact that Igor Mikhailovich also takes part in orgies, but generally there are many participants. People in the movement have already heard and know all this. I think the leaders of Allatra have simply caught the trend that many, knowing the truth, continue to believe Allatra, considering such groups to be the absolute norm, so they have the courage to openly talk about it. Have you left Gilead? Please tell me, were you the only one who left, or were there others? No, I'm not alone. Just recently I found out that another girl left. Not long after me, she didn't contact me. I heard about her departure completely by accident. I found out about a month ago, and for me it was a pleasant surprise. I contacted her, we talked, exchanged experiences. I don't know if anyone else left. Many years have passed since I was there. The ranks of the Gileads have been replenished with new girls, some of whom I don't know at all. Perhaps some of them have also left. Before we move on to perhaps the most interesting thing, one more question. When you left the Gilead's group, were there any persecutions or threats? No, thank God, absolutely nothing like that. No one forcibly detained me, no one threatened me, and there were no incidents. Thank God. So please describe how everything happened there, how these orgies took place. They even foresaw this in the program, they said. Because for those whose eyes are covered with demons, all this looks like ordinary sex, and nothing more. Only those who feel will see something more behind it. So from the outside, it looks exactly like this, a group sex. Mikhailovich lies in the center. The girls take turns sitting on his penis. Mikhailovich himself smokes a cigarette. Even during sex, he smokes continuously. There's an ashtray next to him. He smokes cigarette after cigarette, while the girls dance on his penis, give him oral sex and simply stroke, caress his body from the tips of his toes to his hair. For example, while 4 or 5 girls are fussing around Danilov, the rest have sex with each other. Rubber penises, fingers, lips and tongues are used. In the best traditions of lesbian sex. If you're interested in the details of how everything happens, look for lesbian porn on the internet. Wait, so Igor takes an exclusively passive position there? Always, well, passive. He lies there, and the girls do everything themselves. Moreover, sometimes the girls got together and discussed their true feelings. Maybe he'd just like to watch, or maybe he really believes that during such orgies, he downloads the power of Allatra from the girls, no matter what it's called. In general, all this is very similar to Satanism. I agree, girls are in every sense of the word, both physically and spiritually. They suppress the will, change concepts, impose their morals and values, destroy their lives, families, and friendships. Well, how do the Gileads feel themselves? Why do they continue to serve? Do they have orgasms? Don't they realize there's something amiss here? I can't speak for everyone. In general, Allatra taught me that you can artificially induce almost any feeling in yourself if you're proactive and motivated enough. It's quite possible some girls actually experience orgasms while artificially inducing feelings of love, dissolution, and euphoria. It's not difficult. All the Allatrovians who practice lotus are happy. Artificially, by evoking the most vivid feelings and experiences in oneself, a similar effect will be achieved. The main thing is to be quite uninhibited, inwardly free, not to be ashamed of your body, not to be scared to openly express your sexual experiences. By the way, they teach the girls there just that, so some girls probably do have quite pleasant experiences. Feelings, as a rule, the ability to have orgasms, especially vaginal ones, are more pronounced in those who are already 30 years old. Young girls, Gileads, secretly admitted that they fake orgasms. The ability to have vibrant orgasms often comes with experience and age, firstly. Secondly, there are very few women who had or have lesbian fantasies, so the presence of many other women confuses them, and they find it unpleasant and even, in some cases, it causes revulsion, but they stubbornly struggle against the system within them, suppressing their genuine feelings and forcing out fake orgasmic responses. So you understand it's hard to speak for everyone. As to why most stay in groups, I honestly don't know. Many Gileadov doubted, cried, and worried. Mikhailovich himself kicked some out of the group because they weren't experiencing orgasms. They broke down crying and were spoiling the atmosphere in the group. Then he would take them back. Again he sent me to work on myself, and again I returned. Such is the cycle. Someone spoke about their genuine experiences, confidentially to other young women. Mikhailovich was even too fearful to slip up, lest they be dismissed. The issue is that anything that contradicts the ideology of Allatra, according to Danilov, is considered bestial, a system. Thus, young women suppress their honest feelings and doubts, forcing themselves to carry on with their service. And some were so brainwashed that they were almost never troubled by doubts. For years, women sincerely believe this. They subserve, save the world, so, let's recap. So if I understood correctly, there's a certain group of Gileads who find this service unpleasant, even revolting, but they overcome themselves and continue participating in orgies as they believe it's necessary. And a certain group of Gileads truthfully experience orgasms, thereby artificially inducing certain sensual experiences, so such service gives them pleasure. Yes, that's completely correct. Could you perhaps provide more details about how everything transpires? What would you like to know? The orgies. How were they explained to you? Of course. How could I forget? Each woman was given her personal symbol, which she wasn't supposed to broadcast, even to other Gileads. And all these symbols together, if combined, create a distinctive super symbol that exerts a strong impact on the surroundings. We were assigned a territory, and during a collective orgasm, yes, by the by, at the conclusion of the orgy, you were supposed to aim for an orgasm. All the women simultaneously, each woman would impose her symbol on the territory. That's one task. And secondly, it was specified that during the orgy, we accumulate Allat, and Mikhailovich would then direct it towards the whole organization, towards all participants. What made you doubt? Oh, simply everything. Firstly, Mikhailovich is totally illiterate, incapable of answering any specific query, regardless of what I quizzed him about, from certain historic events to processes of our body. He hasn't ever been able to answer the posed question, constant evasion, and ducking away from the answer. It's too early for you, but why do you need to know? We'll discuss it later. Ask me about this tomorrow or next week or in a year. Who is making you ask? You're thinking about the wrong thing, girl. It's better to go watch pornography. Secondly, he praises one of the women, saying what a great job she did. And then she tells me that she faked orgasms and she's generally tormented by doubts. The women are keeping secrets among themselves. They discuss certain items and he's botfi. Supposedly he should read and understand all of it, but in truth, he knows nothing. He often tried to predict things and generally missed the mark. Even supposedly read my thoughts a couple of times but didn't get it right at all. He suspected the girls of doing something they didn't do. He would ask the new girls, not virgins, for a gynecological certificate. How could Rigdon himself not be able to determine if the girl is sick or not, and much more? In the end, orgies occur regularly. They claim how girls change the world, prevent cataclysms, but in fact you understand that time passes. Everything remains the same. Galia, also known as Galina Alexandrovna, was constantly pointing with her finger at a cataclysms map on a certain website. Like, look, yesterday it was a horrible nightmare, but today we worked, and everything has changed for the better. And you look at this map and see that nothing, damn it, has changed. In addition, they often harangued the movement participants. One of the Gilead girls, not just any girl, but one of their main and long-standing priestesses. In her absence, Mikhailovich called her stupid and brainless. Yes, there it is. He denounced Andrei Kovtunov, saying that he used to be very complex. The girls did not pay attention to him. In his youth, Andrei made a deal with a black magician to easily pick up women. He made him out to be a fool, a system guide, and strictly forbid us to approach him. Otherwise, Andrei would steal our Alat. But by the way, this is not news about Kovtunov. Such rumors about him were circulating not only in Heliaric circles, but in the center the girls were whispering among themselves. He's a terrible person. It's better not to have anything to do with him at all. My question to you, why are you keeping him, such a disgusting person, with you? Why does he occupy leading positions in the movement? Danilov replied that if Andrei is kicked out, then another one like him will take his place. Well, the system doesn't sleep, but they've already studied our own fool from the beginning, his habits. So it's better for Andrei to stay than for us to get a new guide instead of him. They also slandered Volodya Shirin though, I already...
Ve Volodyově případě nebyly žádné srdcerivné příběhy, prostě o něm mluvili ošklivě a neúctivě. U nás v hnutí se takové věci stávaly, Saša Cholot vedl boj sám. On a Michailovič se docela dobře znali, nyní se zdálo, že se pohádali a chladně požadovali izolaci, tak bych to řekl. Ale v těch letech nebyla ještě počítaná zima. Řekli nám, že jsou celkem 4 úrovně duše. První jsou nejčistší duše, blízko odchodu do duchovního světa, to je moje představa. Podle Michailoviče jsou na 4. úrovni nejbeznadějnější degeneráti. Takže Colt měl duši 4. úrovni, žádné štěstí. Co na to říct? Pomlouvali Larisu Jakimovič, také popsali, jak strašný průvodce je, udělali z ní něco jako čertíka. Ale v ženském vydání, nevím, proč je nesplnila. Do průvodců, které s nimi nelze komunikovat, přidali účastníci hnutí Oliu Sanžerevskou. Proč nevím, a samozřejmě ji smíchali se špínou, jak to mohli matematici. Taras, ale s ním je mi už vše jasné, byl velmi aktivní, živý, zamyšlený, kladl mnoho nepříjemných otázek, takže musel být v očích sektářů zneškodněn, spuštěn pod podstavec, aby se mu vyhnuli, nekomunikovali, aby o tom také nezačali přemýšlet. Obecně mě toto neustálé pronásledování toho druhého také velmi zmátlo a vyvolalo spoustu otázek a obecně jsem pro tradiční hodnoty. Věřím, že sex je akt moci, je to tajemství, splynutí duší a osudy, ale vždy jsem cítila a vnitřně rozuměla, že toto tajemství by se mělo odehrávat mezi dvěma lidmi, kteří se milují, mezi mužem a ženou, kteří se rozhodli své osudy spojit, kteří se milují a chtějí být navždy spolu. Jsem proti jakýmkoliv zvrácenostem, skupinám, LGBTI a dalším věcem. Ale proč si potom šel do Gileady? Právě jsem potkal Michailoviče a Galinu. A ještě jsem neměla čas být zklamaná. Byla jsem v hnutí mnoho let a posvátně jsem ve vše věřila, přestože spravedlnost. Ze slušnosti přiznávám, že už tehdy jsem začala mít první pochybnosti. Obecně se moje první vážné pochybnosti objevily po vydání knihy Allatra. Jejich teorie o subpersonalitách mě velmi zmatla. To naprosto odporovalo mým nejhlubším pocitům, mým chápáním Boha a jeho nekonečné spravedlnosti. Ale pak jsem toto teorii pro sebe doplnila, že pokud člověk za svůj život nedokázal sloučit se svou duší, ale byl dobrotivým a laskavým člověkem, tak mu Pán ve své milosti pomůže. Po smrti mě vytáhne, už si přesně nepamatuji všechny své myšlenky na toto téma, ale všeobecně jsem tehdy pro sebe vymyslela vysvětlení, které mě do určité míry uspokojilo, ale ne na 100%. Další vážné pochybnosti se objevily, když jsem se již setkala s Michailovičem a Galinou.
Regarding group sex, from the very start I had a feeling that something was not quite right. However, when I read about public orgies in different cultures, about enlightened prostitution, and about tantric practices, I convinced myself that perhaps these kinds of activities truly operate like this. But the further I delved, the more certain I became that it was just ordinary group sex, nothing more. Even if we accept the possibility that in orgies, individuals can achieve some transcendent states of mind, journey to other worlds, or perform something extraordinary. The mysteries of Moor are nothing more than just ordinary group sex. The full article is available at the link in the description. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. If you find this video helpful, please share it with others. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and let us know your thoughts in the comments.